So let's walk through a little bit of like your finances throughout your life, because I mean, you said when you first started doing competitive eating, you were working for like $7 an hour, and then slowly, pretty slowly actually, like it took you 4 years to crack $100,000, right? Between both YouTube and competitive eating. Yep. How did that progress from then on until like now?
How did it progress? It was mainly just
pretty linear,
or
was
more
it
views.
More views.
That was pretty much what it was. I mean, like we kind of talked a little bit at the top, competitive eating, there's not like, there's not anything crazy out there. Contests, usually if you win a contest, for most of them, it's like $2,500 to first place. If you factor in like the weeks of practice and all that stuff that you have to go through, you kind of, it's not like anything crazy and stuff. And Nathan's even pays only $10,000, which whole other discussion. I don't know, 4th of July, ESPN,
seriously.
$10,000 to first place. It's rough. Yeah. But it was really just more views on YouTube. Working with sponsorships, that was another big thing too. Is finally, working with some brands and everything. But it's been pretty, like I said, the business side of stuff, I kind of took it more as just a personal passion, hobby of mine. Maybe I missed a few opportunities here and there, but yeah, I mean, it was really just comes down to the views. And I know, just from watching the podcast and your guys' content and stuff, I can attest the ad rates and all that stuff. Competitive eating, it's tough.
It's not that great.
It's tough. I mean, we've been working on it and we've been making a lot of progress over the past couple of years. But it's...
Can you give us a ballpark on, let's say you get 1 million views?
Sure.
My channel would be anywhere from like 15 grand to probably 30 on the high end. 30 would be high.
I mean, I think it's tough. I think last time I checked, I was getting like roughly like $3 per dollar. Yeah. Something in that ballpark. It was a lot worse too. I think we ought to get that number up like 50% in the last year.
Are you serious?
Honestly. Yeah. So it's
that's crazy.
It's been tough. Yeah. And I mean, like, I've talked to a lot of people who are kind of in the same boat, just their content, like, especially like, I think nowadays, like kids content's really tough and stuff. But, what can I do? I'm a competitive eater. I eat food. That's the content. So just deal with it.
Who's your audience?
Mainly, I mean, I think demographic wise, 18 to 24, male predominantly. Yep. There we go.
That's from Ventura.
Yep. Yeah, California is the biggest by far. There we go.
There we go.
I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. Nothing really too crazy. I mean,
is it a U.S. audience base or is it around the world?
It's U.S. I think a lot of times Canada and the U.K. creep in there as top contenders, but I think India's been a huge emerging market. A lot of people from India have been watching. Oddly, like Philippines and Indonesia, oddly enough, are weirdly large markets, and which is interesting because also like competitive eating is huge in Japan, or it's not competitive eating, it's like food fighters and stuff. But I guess they have their own market because like I haven't figured out how to get into the Japanese audience yet. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just male, 18 to 24, the main market for the most part.
That's interesting. I thought ad rates would be at least higher.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. I mean, I'm happy with it. Like I'm not sitting there like cursing out the YouTube algorithm or anything. Like I've made a living. I'm happy with what I've done so far. Of course, I'm always striving to do better. But there's some case studies. Like last year, I did a chicken sandwich tier list video, and that thing got like 7, like double what I'd normally get on ad rates and stuff. So just like figuring out like fast food always does well. Like I've seen that. It kind of makes sense.
Why do they advertise on your videos and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch my videos to get those ads. But I mean, I guess that's probably something to do with it. Like
that was the month he was just refreshing all the time.
Yeah, right. So I mean, like I said, I'm happy with what I'm getting. Of course, I know, just from seeing other people, and it's been a learning process. I know you talk with Reed and Night Media. I joined Night Media recently, and they've been kind of showing me the ropes and like what to expect and like what to get from sponsors and stuff. And I remember like, I forget the year. It was like years ago. I was getting, at the time I was like stoked to get sponsors, but retrospectively they were pinching pennies on me. I was getting just cut at the knees and stuff. And then my girlfriend actually who helps me out and works with me now, she saw other people, like she watches like makeup tutorials and where they get good returns. And she was just like, "What are you saying? You got this much?" And I was like, "That's what I get." And so she helped me out and helped turn that around a bit. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain, but we're always striving to move upwards.
At this point, do you try to ensure that every video has a sponsor in it?
I'm not so picky about that. In fact,
Okay.
if anything, I try to ensure that not every video has a sponsor in
Yeah.
it because, you know, like I also said, you know, I haven't really gotten too many food sponsors, so the tie-ins aren't so like seamless and perfect
Yeah.
all the time. A lot of times it's just like, hey, check out this company, you know, check out this company, and you know, so I try to make it not feel like every single time but it's been good. It's been good, you know, for the most part. I've had plenty of sponsors to be
Got
happy
it.
with.